Alright, let me take my second shot real quick.
Went straight to an ad because of course I did.
Yeah, it is YouTube. It loves its ads. Loves its ads a lot. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geekers Theoreticus podcast. I am Asmagon.
And I am Ludus Infinium, and today I'm going to be taking charge because I'm sleep deprived, a little loopy, but Asmagon feels like shit.
That's a pretty good. It's a pretty good summary. Yeah.
So I'm at that point of sleep deprivation where I have the energy of a cracked up hamster, so I should be good. So this is weird because usually we do topics, but it's going to be again like the other week where we really don't have any topics and just delve down rabbit holes. And now I can talk shit about space wolves without problem. Not kidding. Actually, it's funny. As soon as I said that, I heard the dog bark.
She's always barking.
I know, but that was like the perfectly timed bark, though. We only have 2 people watching. Let me.
Could also be my internet. It's been a bit weird lately. I don't know why.
I'm letting your Discord know I am on.
Yeah, here's a topic I thought would be funny. You hear about Ben Askren and Jake Paul?
Where Jake Paul knocked him out or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know about it. I just don't care.
It's just getting ridiculous at the point. Jake Paul's quote unquote professional boxing career, and if you've been paying attention to it, he's been selecting opponents entirely based on how horrible they are at boxing. Like, if you exclude Deji from that whole Logan Paul and Jake Paul versus Deji and KSI, which apparently doesn't count for their professional boxing career, I suppose.
Okay.
But in the case of Jake Paul versus Ben Askren, or actually just his whole professional boxing career so far, in quotes, every opponent he's selected has been non-boxers. The first was another YouTuber who I've never heard of before, probably another vlogger dipshit. Jake Paul kicked his ass, unsurprisingly. The second person Jake Paul took on in the ring was a pro basketball player.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
A guy named Nate Robinson. And this last week, he took on his quote-unquote biggest fight yet, which was against Ben Askren, who is a former MMA fighter.
So, not a boxer.
No. In fact, Ben Askren was noted in his entire MMA career as being a wrestler-style MMA fighter. He never, ever won a single match via punching. In fact, he was noted as being the most anti-boxer at least that I've heard, in terms of his career. He absolutely did not throw punches whatsoever. He was a grappler. He was a pummeler. He brought you to the ground and made you submit, but you're not allowed to do those things in boxing. So literally, he would be the worst MMA fighter to drag into a boxing ring, despite the fact that in his MMA career, if I'm not mistaken, his win-to-loss ratio was 19-2.
Yeah, but that's also by submission. That's something completely different than winning by knockout.
And on top of that, he said, I think this is the correct number, which, by the way, welcome, Xerus. But he, during, so Ben Askren set up against Jake Paul. He has been retired for the last 2 years, and on top of that, he has had 17 or so surgeries.
Oh shit!
So the guy is understandably out of shape,
Yeah.
and really, even with the training time that they had, wasn't going to be prepared for this fight.
So what you're saying is Jake Paul's next fight is probably going to be against a Make-A-Wish kid.
Given his choice of opponents, yes, that would be pretty spot on.
Ah! My green screen. It fell.
It gave up on you.
Well, that's because I was trying to adjust it, and it's like, no, fuck you, bitch.
Gravity's a thing. Haha.
Well, it's also like hitting a ceiling fan, and the ceiling fan does not like it.
Soon find on.
Yeah, the ceiling fan is off, but just how tight the room is makes it kind of a bitch.
Okay.
Here's some interesting news. Taylor might be getting a job with me.
Nice.
She's gonna be a prep cook and dishwasher. But she only has to work like 4 days a week. So
That's still good work.
yeah. But anyway, on to goofier subjects. Actually, there's something I want to see real quick. Okay, so Eswagon, I have told you the basics of my alternate heresy, right?
Yes. Well, at least one variant of your alternate heresy.
Yeah, well, the one that I'm doing for YouTube, where it's Slanesh gets the Ultra Smurfs, Nurgle gets the Iron Hands, Korn gets the White Scars, Zinch gets the Dark Angels, and finally, the War Master is going to be Sanguinius and the Blood Angels. But here's the funny thing: guess what my next video is going to be? It's going to be where I have to go and rewrite the canon.
Have fun with that.
Like, for instance, I cannot have Angron land on Nuceria.
You can't have him do that?
No. Angron is a character where if he lands on Nuceria, he is doomed to turn to chaos. Because if he gets the butcher's nails implanted in him, he's dead. Well, not dead, but he's essentially, for all intents and purposes, a traitor. Asmogon is not feeling well, Murderous Kitten, so this is essentially I know the way. So I'm essentially kind of leading this podcast very shorthandedly with no topic. So we were just talking about my my alternate heresy series.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm bad on the spot. But yeah, so we are
Thank you, Xerus.
we will be taking call-ins. We will be
Yeah, feel free to provide us with
topics.
content.
I'm not smart.
You're a modern day Leonardo da Vinci.
You took way too much cold medicine. Fire Warrior says feel better. Murder's getting also get your lazy ass better, Asma.
Mm-hmm. I will do my best. Thank you.
Let's see. I'm trying to find something interesting to talk about. Oh, here's actually something interesting. There's a game I play. I don't think Asmagon has played it, or at least if he has, he hasn't said. State of Decay 2.
I have not played that, no.
So they are doing everything backwards. State of Decay 2. Let me look up the release date. State of Decay 2 release date. There it is. Was released on May 18th, 2018. So it's just about to hit the 3-year mark, right?
Right.
It's going into an open beta.
Quote unquote early access?
No. The game is fully done. They're going into an open beta.
Okay.
One of the new things. Shit, where'd it go? One of the things that they are doing is that they're adding in this idea called plague territory. So there are special variants of zombies called plague zombies that if you get attacked by enough of them and contract blood plague, it will turn your survivors into plague zombies as well. And whereas if normal zombies attack you, they'll just kill you. Or if it's a juggernaut, it'll most likely rip you in half, one of the two. But with plague territories, the first, I guess you could call it like main objective of the quote unquote campaign is to destroy all what's called plague hearts, which is almost like miniature bases for the plague zombies. What plague territory is those plague hearts exude kind of like an area of influence, so you can't even secure outposts near them. You've got to destroy plague hearts first to release the area to be secured. Now you can still loot and fight zombies, but the patrols will be heavier. There'll be more zombies in the patrols. They'll most likely be plague variant, and yeah. So that is something that they're adding in. But it's a 3-year-old game that has been completed and is now going into open beta.
All right.
But that's just one thing they're adding in. They're actually adding in a couple more things, which I think that's actually kind of a cool idea. Is like now they're trying to implement new ideas into their game. They're, even though it is completed, they're going into an open beta so they can at least troubleshoot what, like, if it'll work or not. So that's kind of cool. Just a really weird way of doing it. My Rain says, I know something that helps at Asmagon. Don't be sick.
I'll get right on that.
Xeris, will I, for one, am exhausted. Spend half the day get my ID application sorted. Just oof. Yeah, getting IDs sucks in the US too. Aura. Don't get that reference if that's not obvious.
I'm assuming that's JoJo.
That's what I was thinking, but I don't know.
I'm not the most well versed, nor am I in the greatest headspace to get that.
I
Welcome, Calcio, to the stream. Welcome to everybody who's hopping in at the moment.
I have not watched any JoJo, so I have no idea.
Don't say that in front of this crowd; they'll get you.
Yeah,
they'll get you real hard on that one.
Lee Broyles and Billy Mount, welcome to both of y'all. Also, for those of you who don't know, Lee, if you don't know, yeah, if you join Asmagon's Discord, he has a setup where you can join the call line and we can drag people into the call so that we can so that if you have questions about 40K or questions about us or whatever, you can come in and ask those questions.
Or if you just want to pose a topic, that's also a thing.
Or if you want to pose a topic.
Yeah. We're in an invisible audio VC. That way people just don't join offhandedly. That way we can selectively bring people in via the call line VC. So just join the call line VC if you have a question or anything like that. And I or Ludus, I believe, can also drag you in and we can ask you questions. Or you can ask us questions, I'm sorry.
I think I can.
I think I can. Yeah. And just for anybody who's just joining, yeah, health-wise, I am on a sharp decline at the moment. I apologize for that. I have not been feeling well. So I apologize for that, and I hope it's not putting anyone down in terms of entertainment for this particular podcast episode. I'm doing my best to cope.
You're just trying to make the non-funny one try and be funny.
And it's a good test of your skill set.
Beavis690 says, "Hope you feel better."
Thank you. Also welcome.
But yeah, let's see. I'm trying to think of, because that's the only real gaming news I know of.
There's no updates on Darktide, is there?
I haven't seen any.
Hmm.
My Rain had a funny fucking typo. Should I come over and give you a SpongeBob in a sexy nurse outfit?
Is that a Naruse outfit?
Yeah. Oh, sexy Naruse. Yes. I didn't even catch that.
Naruse.
What do you think about the new Necromunda Hired Gun trailer? Do you think you'll buy it? I'm gonna keep my eye on it, but right now I'm not interested in buying it.
I actually I've actually pre-bought it. Oh wait, no. Did I pre-bought it or put it on my wish list? Hold on, let me double check. Oh, I did one of the two. Because I tend to either buy it the day it comes out or play it the day it comes out. That way I can review it. I was hoping to, at the very least, if not do a full review, do a first impressions, whether I recommend it or not.
Necromunda Hired Gun. Oh no, this is the first-person shooter one. This is actually no. Okay, so I was thinking of a different one. I was thinking this was one that.
Hey, were you thinking of the XCOM style Blood Angels game?
That might have been the one.
Yeah, no, entirely different games.
This one I might try. Its release date is June 1st. It's one that I'll just have to keep an eye on it and see where it is closer to that time. I might do it, but honestly, if I do it, it'll probably replace fucking Cyberpunk because I am starting to really hate that game.
Cyberpunk?
Yeah, every time I record it, it has this really bad audio flare problem, and it's really starting to piss me off.
Welcome to the club.
Well, no,
we have cookies and angry people. Everywhere.
Well, no, it's just the only thing. Like that's the only problem I have with is the audio, but it's so grating that it overshadows everything else.
So it looks like I didn't pre-order it. I have it on my wish list. Okay, that's what I did with it.
Diablo 2 remastered. Thoughts? Because it's Blizzard, it'll probably go the way of the dodo. I've seen where they're trying to fuck with the character models and shit like that, and I'm just, yeah. I'm not optimistic about it.
Which is this in response to?
Diablo 2 remastered.
I haven't played it. I probably won't. For me, Diablo 2 is one of those games that I would consider to a degree timeless. There's no need to remaster what isn't broken.
Oh no, absolutely.
It's my same philosophy with what Reforged was, though they didn't give you much of a choice on whether you could play that or the original.
My Rain says, so when you're going to stream Subnautica Below Zero, it has been released on Steam, released on Steam, no longer early access. I have very few plans to play Subnautica on a stream, so.
I never finished the original Subnautica, so.
Okay, but this also goes to, I just finished a 6-day stretch at work, and no. Today is my recording day, and I've got to record 7 videos in one day. Yeah. And people wonder why my editing sucks.
We do?
I've had that question before, like, why don't I edit more than I do? It's because I only have like 1 or 2 days a week to fucking do it. I have 1 or 2 days a week to do a week's worth of videos.
Yeah, I'd do it.
Yeah, Adeptus Mechanicus Tech. Ah, Diablo 2. Gotta love the Manazon.
The Manazon.
Actually, I was never a fan of the Amazon. I was more a fan of the Necromancer. That's when I really started to love the Necromancer. Everyone hated me playing the Necromancer though, because we did a few LAN parties, and I always specialized in summoning and just stood in the center of everyone. Skeletons would fan out and kill everything. Maybe Coda can edit your videos. As far as I know, Coda's not an editor, nor has he offered to edit my videos.
I'd offer, but I don't know much. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, so I think this one is more directed towards me. Lee Broyles. Take my opinion with a grain of salt. But if you're taking new game recommendations, Disco Elysium is perfect and right up your alley in regards to content. The thing is, Lee, is that right now I'm doing 3 new games. I'm doing Cyberpunk, I'm doing Medieval Dynasty, I'm doing Valheim. And I rotate them out once a week. So I'm on a 3-week rotation. And yeah, if I go to 4, I might lose my mind. Because then I'll just forget which ones. Well, no, I won't, because I use an Excel spreadsheet. But I would just be sitting there like, oh look, fucking Cyberpunk's coming back.
Fine coming back. My sick voice sounds kind of sexy. Well, I'm glad someone's enjoying it. Makes the high temperature, scattered brain thoughts, and heavy gravity feel all the worth it. Knowing my voice is mildly sexier because of it. It's great. It's fantastic. Unmatched glory.
What is Disco Elysium? I have to look this one up. I'm looking that up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember which one Disco Elysium is.
Xeris got his hands on some second hand, I'm assuming, Horus Heresy recasts. And he's addicted to H8 skulls now. Nice.
Oh no, this does look like something that would be fun because it gives me the opportunity to be a complete and total moral douchebag. I like games like that. Where it gives you the option of how much of a piece of shit you want to be.
Xeris says the audio on this stream is very low. Is there a reason for this? We don't control the audio. I mean, everything's turned up to max, and I can artificially turn it up past its base level, but I'm just talking at the highest volume I can.
Yeah, right now it has my gun 6. That's probably why the audio does sound low on his.
I could try going louder, but I think it wouldn't end well.
Yeah, don't do that. Totally good, but I suggest looking at a broken down alcoholic cup on a point and click adventure, questioning his own reality and political views. It's an existential trip. That does actually sound funny. I see plenty of opportunity of me showing the worst part of my nature in a video game.
It's what he do. It's what he do. Oh.
Come on, damn it, open. Thank you. And no, I was not having problems opening up a Dr. Pepper bottle.
Shame.
It's one of those things where, like, it got caught, so all it was doing was spinning around. I'm like,
shame, Ludus. Shame. 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 How dare you?
Oh, I did. Speaking of, I just now noticed what you were doing. I introduced one of my friends to Ugandan Knuckles at work, and it was the Ugandan Knuckles versus Cell, and Asmogon completely disappeared. I thought you said you took Dayquil, not crack.
Well, actually, I took Dayquil earlier, and then I had 2 shots of whiskey right before the stream.
Oh, okay.
So, to give context, I'm not not entirely sober either. Thought it would help with the entertainment value.
Holy shit, Lee. Oh, it's just lovely. I just finished my 8th playthrough. They just did the final patch and fully voiced lines and new choices. Now's the best iteration of it. You know, just because I want to kind of throw this salt out there. Gee, I can't wait till they do that for the Outer Worlds.
You're taking advantage of the fact that I can't argue cohesively.
No, I'm not taking advantage. You can't argue that the Outer Worlds is a finished product. You literally cannot argue that.
No, but I can definitely argue it's more finished than Fallout 76.
I wasn't making that argument.
No, but you were throwing shade. I'm throwing
I was
back.
throwing shade. I absolutely was. I wasn't me. I was comparing it to other games.
You throw a Ninja Star, I throw a Morning Star.
Speaking of, that's not the best iteration of a Morning Star ever on Dead Island. They call it a heavy Morning Star. What it is, it's a stick with a rock about this big tied on the top of it. And that is a Morning Star.
Morning Star. Yay.
Oh yeah. Lee Broyles, that will never happen with Outer Worlds. I had just such high hopes for that. So Outer Worlds was one where that got way overhyped way too quickly. And I think that is what killed it too. I have to figure out. No, bring it back. This is gonna be weird because it's on a delay. So, I am poking you in the head, but your head was too far over. Zara said, plan on converting and paying some Horus Heresy Marines, specifically one from each Legion. Just finished converting an Iron Warrior with a modified Rise of Pattern Last Cannon. Next in line for me to convert Pain's Death Guard and Dark Angel, so it should be fun. Probably going to do 1,000 Sun after that.
Got a solid plan there. Nice.
Karn's Corn Dead Island weaponry are really funny to me. Yes, because it's all fucking improvised. Hugh kissing Ludus. What about me?
I got you covered. Mwah. Mwah.
Well, the same can be said for all Borderlands after 2. They just had high hopes and fell flat, but it was still a solid and enjoyable game. I agree with that to an extent. I never finished 3. I didn't want to finish the pre-sequel, but 2 was definitely the strongest in the Borderlands series. Oh, shit. Let's see. But yeah, it's something where, for me, they announced Diablo 4, and I'm just like, oh, cool. Now they can fuck up another good series because it's Blizzard, namely. But
I think the real tragedy with what Diablo 4 is going to be is it's going to be a beautiful, hot mess.
You know the hot mess I'm waiting for?
Your wife?
The Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
I think you owe your wife an apology there. That would have worked perfectly for a good line. I'm just saying. you owe.
Feel my
Sorry.
pain.
I thought I could hold that one in.
But yeah, it has shit. I forgot where I was going. Does anyone remember where I was going?
Nope.
Mass Effect
At
Legendary
all.
Edition. They're
Oh,
cutting out.
Yay.
They're cutting out Pinnacle Station, and they're also not giving. They're also taking away Miranda's ass.
No.
Because apparently, since people enjoyed that, we can't have that.
No.
It's objectifying Miranda, even though her whole storyline is the fact that she was designed to be the most beautiful woman. Asmogon has lost it. Pre-sequel was actually best based on roster selection. It was the moon physics and other garbage like that is what held that one back. I don't know. I actually enjoyed the moon physics. I was actually less of a fan of the roster for pre-sequel than I was for 2.
We will never recover from the loss of the greatest ass in the galaxy. No.
Oh,
the
speaking
Reaper, the horror of the Reapers does not compare to the loss of the ass.
So I just recorded another Mass Effect 3 video
Miranda
where I
ass.
and it was Priority Rannoch, and after that's when Tally joins your ship, and if you romance her in 2 and continue to romance her in 3, she brings you this picture. And I don't know if you know, you probably do know about this one, but there was a lot of controversy around this because all the people at BioWare did was took a Google search of Getty stock images and photoshopped it to look like what Tally would supposedly look like. And I actually put up the comparisons, and I showed a whole, I think it was a Reddit thread where like people were like, "Look, I can fucking do better." And there was a mod where it's actually where they actually changed it to what Tally would look like according to the lore, and they and yeah, it's just kind of like I have no idea why they did something that blatantly stupid. And it was just kind of funny, honestly.
Because stupid does as stupid will. That's the line, right? I don't know. Yes.
Borderlands 2 has Krieg, the best character, because I don't need to fire those shit guns. No, but if you fire those shit fire guns, then not only can you set yourself on fire, but everything around you on fire.
I feel bad for Ace. I know it's kind of off topic, but when I have to stream that comic stream with him, he's got to deal with this shit.
I hate that I'm gonna be busy while you do that, because I would love to see that. I genuinely don't like watching those comic reviews, especially after the Marnius Calgar one. But I would love to see that, just to watch your high ass, just like, hey, look, this is what happens when you take Dayquil and whiskey.
Yeah. I see dragons. They're beautiful.
Asmo needs some tea to help his raspy voice.
They lack the glowing manes that is the Ludus's hair.
Carnith Corn, are you British by chance, or at least Southern, one of the two? Zero says, or you could cancel it and take some rest. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. He's already made that very clear.
I already committed, and it would be very impolite to Ace to cancel on him this short notice.
Oh, Carnith Corn is German. Okay.
You didn't know that? Yeah.
I did not know that.
Carnith Corn, Arctic Hand, they're the German boys. They're of the Fourth Reich. You know,
They're the ones I need to stay away from. Got it.
They cool.
Speaking of objectification, Resident Evil Village, Lady Dimitrescu, she's clearly a marketing campaign by Capcom, but she's being objectified and everyone loves it. It's all a matter of how it is done. I mean, that is fair.
Everyone loves the tall girl booty. Yeah, gonna mount the tall lady from Resident Evil Village.
Saris just outed himself. Hey, look, I'm not into that. I'm not that kind of person who's into this. But sit on me, mommy.
Did you see that video where they pointed out that if you were to be stepped on by her heels or her shoes, you would crush your skull?
I have not. Like, okay, I up until recently I have been very anti-zombie everything, and you fucking know it.
Yeah, but she ain't no zombie. She's the vamp. She's the vamp booty.
It's Resident Evil. I stay away from Resident Evil. Carnicorn, there goes the monetization.
There was monetization.
I think that kind of goes out the window, like at the very beginning. They like, oh look, those two morons are podcasting in. Fuck it.
If monetization were a person, it would knock on the door. We'd open it up. It'd be like a Girl Scout, see us, and go, "You guys don't need cookies," and then walks away.
I like that.
we just stand there awkwardly waving bye to it, like we would have loved to buy some cookies, but I suppose we're anti Thin Mint at this point.
I just got a discount from GOG for by the way, real quick, the video you were talking about, my brain put it in my Discord. Just so I could enjoy it, I guess.
I was talking about a video. What?
The video where the vampire lady steps on you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm buying the game solely because she's in it. I won't lie, but Capcom did the one thing I always hope someone would, so shut up and take my money, Capcom. Shit.
I think the estimation of her weight was supposed to be like 400 and something pounds. So
Jesus Christ.
So well, yeah, she's 9 feet tall. So spread out that voluptuousness over 9 feet.
I know my preferences, and she hits all of them.
That's same for me, dude. Yeah. Tall, large, in all the right places.
I love the fact how when you look back at like the 70s, 80s, the sex symbols were like,
I'm kind of hoping I don't remember this stream. I'm kind of hoping I don't remember this.
You're gonna go back after you get well and watch this and be like, what the fuck was going on?
Probably.
But like the sex symbols in the 70s and 80s were like Steven Tyler and Mick Jagger with those big ass lips. And now it's the vampire bitch from Resident Evil Village.
Libros just said for 50 pounds with a BMI of 26.
Zeros is asking where he can find my Discord. Hold on. In fact, Bill. Copy. I will put it in the chat. There is my Discord.
Big titties, big ass. 3 meters tall, dream woman with every guy. Pretty much.
Perfect equation, really.
And yeah.
All you people are fucking sick. Which I can't say shit. Once you start delving into my personal life, I have no fucking room to talk. But hey. By the way, here's the question I want to know. What is the
smells like hypocrisy in here. There's Ludus. Ah, yes, that makes sense.
What is the the dominant male, submissive female equivalent of DDLG?
What?
Okay, so do you know what the acronym DDLG stands for?
Nope.
It's a subsect of BDSM called Dom Daddy Little Girl. It's the whole spank me harder, daddy thing going on. Oh no, you don't get to. Oh no, fuck you. Fuck you, you don't get to.
No,
With the whole mommy thing, you don't get to. No.
The ironic thing is that wasn't me making fun of that. I actually had a bit of a...
Oh, I thought you were.
I actually had a bit of a contort in my stomach, so I...
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, that was perfectly timed. I was like, wait, hold on. No,
that was actually real.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So that actually makes sense. It's MDLB.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So for anyone who's curious, that's what it is. MDLB.
I mean, furry is a sexual fetish, so at this point, nothing surprises me.
Yeah, it did. Okay, cool. But yeah, so yeah, that was something that I didn't think I'd be looking up on a podcast. I love the fact that Myron's like, what is DDLG? And Lee instantly comes up with the answer.
Of all people not to know it.
Being a furry is more of a mental disability. I would disagree. I have met normal people. I've met people who are furry and more normal than people who aren't, in my experience.
Oh, by the way, Ludus, I got a age-old question of the internet to ask you.
Okay.
It's an ancient question of the internet culture that has never quite
wait for the meme coming out, but what?
Are traps gay?
Are the traps themselves gay, or is having sex with a trap gay?
Yes.
Not necessarily a no.
Okay.
They could be bi, and a hole is a hole is a hole. I can't wait till you go back and rewatch this when you're not fucked up.
It'll be a ride, that's for sure.
Lee Broyles, same.
Marine asks, what about bronies getting horny from horses? Bestiality. Isn't that part of being a furry? Isn't that
supposed to be geeking?
Isn't in geeks are horny little nerf herders, so you know that's fair. Kind of fits. So we're keeping it real, to be honest.
That's fair. Ludus leads the way, and we all have the talk.
If you're under 18, please evacuate. This is. I have minimal control, so yeah.
He has minimal control over himself, and he's trying to be like, okay, now keep the reins and keep it all in check. And I'm like, how the fuck do I do this?
Moraine says bronies are different from furries. Forgive my lack of education in this field that you are clearly much better versed in, but what's the difference?
Bronies get horny from actual horses. Furries just fuck each other in hot ass suits.
Yeah, but they get off on the animal thing, don't they?
Not necessarily. It's almost like a different personality to them. Think of it like a literal interpretation of split personality disorder. I love how you're just zooming up to your face. What are you doing?
What?
What? So with the fursona, it's almost like a different personality. With bronies, it's just they get horny with like My Little Pony bullshit.
Either way, ew. Whatever happened to just getting horny to just sexy gals or buffed out guys, if that's your thing? Like, why do you gotta wear the fursuit?
Why not?
And sweating, no doubt the number of acne breakouts you're gonna get because of the sweating.
Have you ever heard of baddragon.com?
Not to mention poor eye coordination, having to look through a goddamn fursuit and mask. So it's just
But you know of the infamous site baddragon.com.
not a clue.
Hold on. I'm glad you don't have a clue, because now I'm about ready to scar you. Bad Dragon mug.
Am I gonna need more whiskey for this?
You might. the very first one. Oh my god. I don't know if I can do this to you, but I'm going to anyway, because that's what friends do, is torment the fuck out of each other. This is not something you want popping up on stream.
Good thing we don't have a screen monitor for it then.
Carneth Corn said, I think she called herself a Pegasus. Carneth Corn, don't you dare badmouth Bad Dragon. Bad Dragon has some fun things in there. I'm waiting for the oh my god or what the fuck. As Azagon slowly slinks away. Bad Dragon is good dragon. That's Magan.
Why are they given nicknames?
I love it. That's your only problem with it.
Not my only. Of course, there's a tentacle one. Of course.
Of course there is.
Of course, they also got the male toy variant too. And those are also nicknamed. Why?
I love Cardiff Corn's like, I forgot they have names.
Yeah, I'm sufficiently scarred.
You're welcome. People have preferences, simple as that. Furthermore, a good chunk of furries do not wear fursuits. Last I checked, there's only about 23% who actually wear fursuits. If you're talking about the ones where they actually have sex in them, those aren't fursuits. Those are called MUR suits. MURR suits. What are you doing, Asmagon? I'm just kind of slowly and sadly go across both screens. Well, I'm just going off my personal experience. I have a few friends that have fursuits, and they tend to dress when appropriate and experience their freedom on their own terms. I don't think Asmagon appreciates tasteful art.
We have very different definitions of that word.
Just because I want to be a smart ass. Oh, I'm surprised they don't have one in there called the Russ.
No, but they got one called Rex.
I love that that's the one you focused on. They have one in there called Rex.
Just saying. Those...
Well, I'm going to go eat. I'll see y'all later. Art is subjective.
For those wondering what Rex looks like, no, I'm not. No, just no. I'm gonna spare myself the descriptive powers that I have to waste on describing at length the Red Rocket dildo.
Right before you said that, Carter's Gordon said it's a red rocket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My Rain said, what if I showed up on your doorstep in a bunny suit?
My Broyles just said, I just realized this whole conversation has really gone off the rails. Well, I don't. Well, Ludus is in charge of this stream, so it's just.
Oh, bullshit.
It's
Don't you dare put that on me.
It's kind of fitting. I'm just saying, you know.
I was trying to keep it on track. And then it got weird because we started talking about the vampire bitch, and then it got weirder because we went into the BDSM DDLG, and now we're on Bad Dragon. So no.
Oh yeah, Marine asked earlier, what if I showed up on your doorstep in a bunny suit? I plead the fifth.
Rex could only be a dog or a dinosaur.
Yep.
I love how it's got to be either one or the other. If anyone wants to join the call line in Asmagon's Discord, I'm not entirely sure that it's safe anymore, but feel free to and ask us whatever you want at this point, because anything to get us off these topics, it would be would be welcome.
Des Mechanicus, you all need the All Messiah? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. We need the All Messiah. We need the Emperor of Man. We need Jesus. We need, So
back to Lady Dimitrescu. She's officially my waifu.
We need Jehovah. We need, what's the other? Allah. We need, we need every deity. we need every deity right now at this point. They'd all be looking at us with shame.
I love how my Rain
Praise
just
the
says,
sun.
Lee Broyles, she's too much woman for you. My Rain, you know that's a fucking lie.
So back to Lady Dimitrescu. Yeah, that. She's officially your waifu. Same. Yeah. She can skewer me anytime. I would welcome that. Yes.
I don't have a waifu. I actually get laid.
You have a wife.
There's a little bit more to it than that, but let's leave that alone.
Is a wife not a waifu?
Not quite. It's not that.
Do you not lust after her? Do you not want to spend time with her and in her company and in her arms, or her in your arms? That stuff,
Not. It's not that, but I'm trying to avoid it. Liberal Spa Humbug. She's only 3 feet taller. I can handle it. Canonically, it's established that I have a huge wang.
Canonically.
It is Big Dick Lee Broyles. That is his nickname. No, it's not that, Carneth Corn. It's just there are some secrets that I would like to keep.
Feel free to keep them. I'm going to rename this stream just
oh no.
For accuracy's sake.
She is still too much woman for you. If she steps on you, you dead. That's a risk I'm willing to take. Please, for God's sake, someone call in and save me.
There, I updated the title.
It's NSFW. It's not wrong. It is not wrong.
I'm paid for my accuracy.
As again, you already got the worst of it.
Worst of what?
I have no idea.
Technically, I haven't. No dick is up my ass, so I haven't got the worst of any, in particularly. Yeah.
Corneth corn. If she sits on your face, you would pop in more ways than one.
Hell yeah.
This is the internet. There are no secrets here. Well, I have a few.
There are many secrets on the internet. You just simply have to find them. Anyone want to warn Ace, before I jump on his stream? Just saying. You might want to if you're in his DMs. Just like, hey, Ace.
No,
just reach out to Ludus real quick and ask him how Asmogon's doing. It'll be a very entertaining breakdown of the horror he's about to face. Garthcorn has said in all caps, don't warn Ace. Okay? I feel like I should, just in case,
No, don't warn Ace. This will be funny. Surprise him! Everyone loves surprises.
Yay.
Let it happen naturally. Are we still talking about surprising Ace, or are we back on the NSFW subject?
I don't know. I don't keep track. What do I look like to you? A calendar? A schedule book?
Let me see. Kind of both. I love how actually, I'm gonna say everyone, no one is calling in. It's like, we don't know if we want to be a part of this.
It's like we have some level of standards about ourselves, and you guys are too low on that for us to call in. So we will uphold our dignity to that degree,
You don't look like a calendar, but you are always on time. Coincidence? I think not.
Oh, okay, okay. That took me a second. Ha 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 ha.
Someone put this in my Discord.
Lee Broyles, you gotta go on my Discord.
Yeah. It's hold on.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, I've seen that that meme. That actually made me laugh.
There you go. That's Asmogon's Discord.
Yeah, you just gotta join the call line voice chat, and we can drag you into the invisible secret stream call room, of which Ludus and I are the only ones who can access. But we can make other people access it too. We just gotta drag them in manually.
Again, when you word it that way, makes it sound worse than what it really is.
I word it what way?
We drag them in.
That's better than caress them in.
I mean, that's fair.
I can drag you anywhere I want. Chuck E. Cheese. They used to have good pizza, but I haven't been there in years. Hey, Ace. Good shut up.
Oh, good.
Good shut up a few minutes ago. It would, I'd say, speak of the devil and he shall appear, but, One second.
Oh, there he is. No, I can't drag him.
Odd. Let me do it then. Hi there, bros. Welcome to the stream call line. You are on with me and Ludus. If you are allowed to ask up to 2 questions, or prompt a conversation, or meme. You know, those.
Hi, this is Lee, first-time caller, long-time listener. I just wanted
Splendid.
to weigh in on the topic of Lady Demistu, which is the correct pronunciations that you guys are fully aware with.
I will make sure to
I
note
believe
that on my flesh.
objectification of her as a character is well within the realm of Capcom's rights. I believe they... Okay,
it's almost
we also have to establish that, you know, she is future wife should come to the understanding and that this is what we really...
Is he coming in for you clearer than for me, or?
No, he's breaking up pretty bad.
Okay. We got most of that, Lee.
Yeah.
Started to break down towards the end there, though. But yes. I will not pronounce her name correctly. There he goes. Okay, goodbye. I agree that Capcom is fully within their rights to objectify a character made of pixels and polygons and 2D textures. Like, it's fully within their right to do so, yes. Because it is not a living creature, it is a character in a video game. And if you complain about the objectification of a video game character, you are stupid. And
oh, okay. Lee said his internet's trash because he's working.
I understand.
Also, your internet is trash because you live back in the woods, too. Let's not lie about that.
Well, I live back in the woods, and my internet.
Oh, no, he lives in the same state I do. We don't have good internet.
We have good internet, it's just very expensive.
I heard he wasn't feeling too good. Hopefully he gets feeling better. So says Ace. He would be ready for your stream just the same as he is now.
Mm-hmm. You'll have to deal with me for the next 2 hours at 2 o'clock, which I believe is our stream time.
Carneth Corn, I live in the woods and I do have good internet. Yeah, that's us because you live in Germany. Everything is more efficient in Germany than America, but also, to be fair, you could say that about almost every country.
Yes, in Germany everything's efficient. The roadways, the police force, the camps, you know, everything's efficient and well handled, and I'm gonna get in trouble for that one, but I don't care, because I'm not in the mood to care much. Bong, go to horny jail? Never.
We're reading Star Wars High Republic in just one issue, so hopefully it isn't too long for you, Asmagon. I don't think the Republic is the only thing that's going to be high through that.
I've made it through most of this podcast. How long have we been streaming?
About an hour.
About an hour. Okay, yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Just gotta make it through that, and then I'm going back to bed for the day. Fighting through the pain, fighting through the rain.
If you want, we could cut it early so you could rest before that next stream.
Nah, I'm cool. Because if I fall asleep, I may not be getting back up. So gotta ride off this high while I'm on it.
My final point that this is not what we wanted, but who we truly deserve is our character to lust after. Now that you mention, yes, they did go to a plant of weed. Not entirely what I was saying, but okay.
It's kind of amazing when your jokes end up being the actual plot of something.
Yeah.
It's beautifully spot on.
That's what I get for being a smartass.
Of course. And don't worry, Ace. I will make sure to be as entertaining as I possibly can for our stream. I swear it. Upon the old gods and the new.
Carneth Corn said, I don't even want to think about Star Wars anymore. It's not like they fuck it up at every turn or anything.
Of course they do, because that's who they are. Fuck Star Wars under Disney's tyrannical rule. They make the Imperium of Man look saint-like. Which is kind of scary when you think about it.
Oh, no. Oh, that was something towards what my Rain said.
Hey, what did Marion say?
High Republic, Planet of Weed.
High Republic, planet of weed. High Republic, planet of the cooch. High Republic, where all the crack went to die. Street lights, people.
Okay, I'm gonna start hating that song. Carneth.
Oh, let me start over. Let me get back my chorus.
Said co-ed showers to the end. Myron said, I don't mind any co-ed showers, maybe even some action there. Carneth Corn said you shouldn't trust a German that speaks about co-ed showers.
Welcome to the Germany. Would you like a co-ed shower? I went French there towards the end, yeah. Yay. I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm not gonna lie. I might actually be a little bit high.
Yeah, no shit. might actually be.
Don't do shots of whiskey with the Dayquil. This is it's. I don't know if that's the cause of this or if it's just because my fever is so high.
I hold tequila better than you hold Dayquil and whiskey.
I got a fever too, so shut up. We all have our vices.
Byron said, "Oh wait, I just now realized what you meant. Damn, that's dark."
Yeah. Vanta Black. I don't get it.
Oh my god. This is yeah. This got derailed hard and quick.
The better question is, were we ever on tracks to begin with?
I don't think so.
No, we were not.
Mostly because it was semi-dependent on me to be on track, and I'm the one that derails us the hardest.
But of course, because the rails are an illusion.
Vanta Black is a black so dark that it actively absorbs light.
I think I saw a video on that one time.
Yeah.
It was cute. I was like, wow, they finally found a color to paint my my soul. It's impressive. It's fantastic. Yay. Is everyone entertained or completely horrified by my... I think I have no idea if my perception of my attempts to be entertaining right now are accurate.
I think it's more of that we play well off of each other.
Yay.
Because I think you being fucked up has also killed most of your inhibition. So there are jokes that you went, hey, we got a cow kill in the call line.
Okay, let me pull him in, y'all. Hey, Calcio, you are on the air with me and Ludus. Feel free to ask up to 2 questions to meme. And the other thing, which I forgot.
A
Yeah.
comfortable feeling of ecstasy with the podcast. Nice.
So,
So,
I just want to first establish if you can hear me properly.
Yes, we
yes.
can hear you.
Good. All right. So I have a. I guess I will start by saying I've been playing a mod, a post-apocalyptic mod set in the future where everyone has gone back to a medieval level of technology. And on that question, I would want to ask you, if the apocalypse comes and you somehow manage to survive, what do you do?
You assume that I would survive. I would immediately go into cannibalism.
That is a survival tactic. So just to confirm the parameters of this is a medieval style post-apocalypse or just an apocalypse?
No, that's just the introduction to the question. It's just assume that every kind of nice thing you like is pretty much unavailable for the rest of eternity, as far as you're concerned. So you have to make do with kind of what is in your nearby vicinity.
Okay. I would grab all my guns, all my ammunition, which is half a truck full right there. Then I would get all my tack gear. I would immediately hop over to the sheriff's department because I would already have superior weapons to my local sheriff's office, and I would kindly request they hand over their valuables or join me. You know, it'd be great to have skilled marksmen and former veterans in my little squad. Once we got everything set up, we'd go to the nearest chop shop, which happens to be a family member of mine, and we use all the scrap metal we can to turn each of our vehicles into the ultimate anti-small arms fire force, and we would then immediately raid half the area, conquer it, and whoever wants to work with us, we would hire on, and whoever doesn't, we would make submit or kill them. And once we did all of that, we would then take the nearest by grocery store, which is fairly large. We would conquer it as our main base of operations, turn it into a small fortress.
Jesus Christ, you really have thought about this.
Yeah, and once we have the full stock of the food, water, and other supplies that place has, we would then open up a market of sorts to keep the nearby civilians who would rebel against my new regime, and I would offer them, for loyalty, I would offer them food and supplies to a rationing portion, of course. And once we've acquired their loyalty, we would then begin to expand my territory once I had enough men under my command and enough ammunition to be threatening enough.
And see, with me, Asbagon wouldn't need to ration, because I would just feed him the ones that couldn't be loyal.
I'm not much of a cannibal, but I'd make do.
After you cook it the right way, you can't taste the difference.
Sure.
So I see we're making this assumption based on the assumption that this little theoretical situation, based on the assumption that you do not lose all your weapons in a tragic boating accident.
That's the parameter. That's the parameter you set. Was if I could only work with what's in my nearby vicinity, and what's in my nearby vicinity is everything I worked with there.
Oh, well, I see. For a second question.
Real quick, Calcul, I'm going to jump ahead of you because Karnath Gorn said something. Cannibalism isn't that good of an idea. Kuru is kind of bad for you. If you eat only muscle tissue, eating human tissue is actually one of the healthiest things for humans to do because it's easier for the proteins to be digested by human stomach acid. You're welcome for that random fact.
Well, okay then. So for a second question. Assuming that the parameters I set out in the introduction to the question. In other words, we regress to medieval levels of technology. Hmm. How how then how then would you think the world would look?
My
Like
world would be pretty
like
much
try
the
to
same.
be as specific for or not as specific, but try to not generalize across the world and try to be more in depth about different regions of the world.
Okay, you're asking that to me, a partially high and sick individual, and Ludus. Who is Ludus?
I love that it was Ludus. So let me clarify something real quick. Do you mean how we would react to it in a medieval way, or just what would it look like in a medieval way?
Yes, how would the world look geopolitically?
Okay,
Oh,
so
in an apocalyptic
Actually,
world?
Okay,
fuck the
so-
realism. Just skip the realism. Just go for the bullshit fun.
No, it would
things that could
seriously
happen.
be small tribes all over the place. There might be one or two like government remnants realistically. A good example of this would probably be Fallout, where you have the Enclave, who is a decent sized group. But mostly you just have small groups running around. That's more likely what it would look like on
Well, if we take
Really?
American culture in particular, you would probably have, if we regress to a medieval, if we're regressing, meaning we're going from where we are now to a medieval status, you'd probably be looking at the former paramilitaries becoming their own, either a fiefdom, which is unlikely, but a possibility of a fiefdom, or they'd become a empire or imperialistic for a force. So
Yeah.
our veterans and current military servicemen would band together into that kind of formation, and they would probably take the old world training of the modern military organization and duty and following orders to the letter, and would use that to their advantage to take control. So the imperial status of our military would then spread out and more or less conquer everything, every other small tribe or organization or group across the country, more or less. Pretty soon we'd be an empire, a more traditional empire, I should say. And I would give the other groups credence, but to be truthful, they wouldn't stand much of a chance against the old world military trained individuals. Because you take modern military strategy and training and add it, and just take away the guns, you still have effective soldiers who are already trained and disciplined. The only difficulty they'd face is switching from a combat doctrine of ranged combat and switching to more melee-focused combat. But even then, plenty of servicemen I've had the pleasure of knowing in my life know how to use a crossbow, know how to build old-school weapons. So that almost becomes a hobby for plenty of former servicemen once they become civilians again.
And
At least here in the
considering that,
U.S.
Yeah, and considering that, what branches? I think there, like America is one of the only nations in the world, if not the only nation in the world, that still, to some extent, teaches its soldiers how to use a bayonet, which would be really advantageous if you want to, learn how to use a spear, because I mean the basic functionality is somewhat similar.
Yeah, we teach our soldiers how to use bayonets. If you're in the Green Berets in particular, you're taught to use a shovel as a weapon. So, well, I guess a trench shovel.
Green Berets, because I think almost all of them use entrenching tools.
Yeah, it's.
I know Army does. I know.
No,
basic Army.
Green Berets are special spec ops though, so
Yeah.
they're trained not only how to use
They're trying to kill people with like a fucking pen.
They are trained in very unique ways. And a lot of people forget that the Green Berets are maybe like a single reputation bit away from being as dangerous and as popular as the Navy SEALs.
Yeah.
In terms of hardcore training, they're put through a very similar regiment. The only difference is they're also trained in espionage. So
Whereas Navy SEALs are just trying to make shit go boom.
they're more combat focused, yeah. And not that they don't do any kind of espionage or behind enemy lines combat of any kind. They do. Obviously, it's the SEALs, but
Yeah.
Green Berets are often, even once they leave the military, they end up working for the CIA, the Homeland Security, NSA. They're very effective because they're trained in particular to deal with things. The thing is, Green Berets are even allowed to look like civilians. They're allowed to grow their hair out. In fact, they're encouraged to, because oftentimes when they're sent to work behind enemy lines undercover, they can't exactly have a buzz cut and look like they're fresh out of Army Basic.
Yeah.
So, Green Berets, I think, would probably be one of the earlier forces here on the civilian side to really push an imperialistic force, and would also probably serve as the main training officers alongside Navy SEALs and other higher tier spec ops. I'm assuming that the modern brigadier general of the military would become assuming the president's dead, would probably be the impromptu emperor. But if there's the president, assuming they at least stick to the old doctrine of of our current military, they would do their best to make their way to Washington, D.C., acquire the president, and put him on that pedestal. That would be their probably their first move in a scenario that Xeris is. I mean, like, I'm just picturing a world where magically all guns and vehicles and everything just magically stops working.
I'm for some reason now imagining a medieval society that has a feudal libertarian structure. Which is a contradiction, but it's also funny.
I would say probably more like a meritocracy, but that's because I always hope for a meritocracy.
It would depend on who the president was when all this shit went down.
Shit.
Well, it's quiet now, so I guess it's time for me to leave.
Thank you for being a caller and
Thank you,
for you posing your question.
No problem.
You have a good one.
Yes, goodbye, and see you some other day.
That was actually a really interesting topic to go down.
It was. I'm sorry. I spoke on autopilot. I'm not sure if anything I said made sense.
No, it did, but you thought a lot of that shit through to an almost creepy level where mine was just like, the apocalypse happens, I'm becoming a cannibal.
Well, I got preppers in my family, and I've done a lot of training with my family members that are former military. I've gone hunting with them, so, and I've been surrounded by the types who would be versed in that kind of outcome and paranoia. Yeah, Labor also said the Army Rangers. Yep, Army Rangers would definitely be a boon. True, says Marine. I don't know. I'm assuming that's in reference to some kind of train.
Probably the train getting derailed again.
Yeah. Being a cult leader is more fun than a cannibal. And are they mutually exclusive?
I mean, that's fair.
I'm pretty sure you can be one and the other, technically speaking.
For me, yes. So you're saying that cannibals can't be cultists? That's racist towards cannibals. Or something.
If there's an apocalypse, we need to repopulate, so time for an orgy. Technically, if you wanted to restart the human race, wouldn't you need only 7 males and I think it's 9 females?
I have no idea.
I believe that's the divvy up for the proper genetic pool to have enough diversity to not have to do any nasties.
Let's make this a Game of Thrones special. Let's not.
My cult will praise the sun and only the sun. Okay, Mr. Dark Souls. Praise the sun, yo. Yay.
It's a small orgy, but an orgy nonetheless.
It is for the sexies and the peggings and the partners of
What the fuck?
I don't know. I'm just talking at this point.
All I heard was like pegging. What?
I don't know.
Carn's Corn said, of course there will be sacrifices, and you can eat the sacrifices.
Yum yum yum. Yummy yummy in my tummy.
Just as long as you don't eat
yummy yummy
brain
in my
or drip
tummy.
glands, you'll be fine.
Oh, I eat people's brains. I eat people's brains. I eat people's muscles and their brains. Yeah. I eat people's brains. I eat people's muscles. I eat people's brains. I eat people's muscles. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, I eat people's muscles. I eat people's brains. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm a cannibal, I'm a cannibal, I'm a Mr. Cannibal, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm a cannibal, yeah, yeah.
The penis is a muscle. Do you eat that too, or are you going to leave those for me? Honestly, no. That's more spongy material that just gets filled with blood. That would be a bitch to cook.
There really wouldn't be any nutritional value.
No, not really.
There's really nothing of significance there. There's protein, yeah, but that's
Not much.
Not much at all, no.
I love how we detracted so hard and so quickly, and it got way out of control.
I think I need another thing of whiskey.
No, you don't. No, I'm actually not an actual cannibal, my rain. Don't let that shit start going around. It's just that where I was saying to be an EMT, we got to do some research into some weird shit. And that was my weird shit that I got to look into. The ghost would haunt him and ask him why he didn't say no homo. Also, usually when people do cannibalism, the nutrition value from it is completely pointless. Not really. Again, when you do the muscle tissue, it's essentially similar to eating a small steak. Why does it look like I'm out of the 9-inch nails hurt video? I don't know. Well, yeah, eating a person that died of starvation isn't good because there's almost like no muscle or anything left. That's because I don't have it back in a ponytail. I literally just woke up about 2 hours ago. I woke up about a half hour before the stream. Sexy and messy long hair. Yeah, I wouldn't say sexy, but it's definitely messy. I haven't been able to run a brush through it yet. Well, I am old enough to remember 9 Inch Nails when they were still relevant. My rain's heading out. I'm going to play some Deep Rock Galactic. Have a great stream. Yeah, my hair is exceptionally oily. Like, after I wash it, 30 minutes, literally 30 minutes after I wash it, it goes right back to oily. That's just bad genetics.
Nah, you got good genetics.
Less oily than Kylo Ren. Well, thanks. Okay, I have a new question. If you were in Dungeons and Dragons, what character class would you play? Oh no, if you were to play Dungeons and Dragons, what character class would you play and why?
I do play Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm the DM for my group. But when I play I have a list of different characters, so I drag from that kind of pool. I mostly play my dwarf warrior, Dibley. He's funny because I gave him low intelligence.
I usually pick one of two characters. I either min-max a tank, which is low intelligence and just opens doors unintentionally. I will pull on the door slightly to open it. I rip the door off its hinges. Or I play the spellcaster. For instance, I had a I don't know if anyone's ever heard of this game, GURPS. It's similar to D&D, but it can be done across any era, be it medieval, modern, postmodern, whatever. And I had a spellcaster in that game, and we were on a space station, and my solution to a bunch of these lizard people coming to shoot at our spaceship was I had a spell called Shape Metal, and I ripped a hole in the hull and then resealed it and shot them all out into vacuum. Because I'm a dick.
Yeah, by the way, if my signal dropped there for a second, our new internet service provider, which is a local small-time company, the downside with the new internet, despite the fact that it's as good as the old stuff we're using, is unfortunately it's extremely weather dependent. So it's kind of cloudy and windy today, so sadly that might cause some drops. So if anyone sees some buffering out of nowhere, that's kind of why. Apologies in advance.
I got a chance to play level 12 Warlock Hexblade. Oh god, properly min-maxed. It's effing bonkers. Yeah, I can believe that. Most Warlocks are. Most spellcasters, if you min-max them, are really fucking out there.
Spam haste all the time.
Well, like I said, so my way of doing it was I didn't use combat spells. I used support spells as combat spells. So we ended up fighting another group of enemies that wore metal armor. So again, I just used shape metal to crush their armor. And I didn't have to make an attack roll because I wasn't attacking the enemy. I was attacking their armor. Loophole.
Loophole.
So I'll say we're down to probably our last 20 minutes. If anyone has any other questions, comments, thoughts, hit us up. We'll be more than happy to answer any questions. Yeah. All that good stuff.
As Ludus texts his waifu.
No, it's not my waifu. It's a friend of mine who's going through some shit right now.
As Ludus texts his ward that he intends to aid, his bannerman, his compatriot. Insert epic narration of support and love to the person going through some shit. Did we play Deadly Promotion? If not, you should 100%. I have not played Deadly Promotion.
I am not either. Usually play utility bard, so I help the team and take the magic initiate feat with warlock, so I can spam Eldritch Blast and haste and heal the party.
Nice. Every time I played D&D, our bard has never successfully killed anybody. Damaged, yes. Killed, no. Premonition, not promotion. Okay, well, I read promotion. I didn't say I read it correctly, I just said what I read. Premonition. Deadly Premonition. I remember that time users took on Domino, played a game set in an abandoned spaceship. That was silly. Yeah, the one shot.
Ah, son of a bitch. My chair hit my green screen again. Fuck me, I guess.
Ludus green screen.
Yeah.
Ludus green screen. Oh, please, green screen, do not fall.
Yeah, probably.
For Ludus needs you to stay tall.
Lee said, so what will it take for me to get into one of your games? Asked McGon.
Well, we're having our very first campaign this coming Saturday. It's D&D 5th edition. We just lost a player, unfortunately. My friend Ball. He has got a very uncertain schedule at the moment, so he he had to drop out. But yeah, we're starting this campaign with my group. Yeah, we're doing it every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, US. That's our thing. And to get in, preferably a somewhat decent internet connection. We're not rolling character stats, though. We were doing point by. So,
Oh, boo. How dare you? Point by is always the worst way to do it.
You and Funkmaster agree. The rest of the party didn't. I went by what the majority wanted.
Yeah,
which
but when
was
you roll, you get all all these random rolls, and they're
yes,
great.
yes, and that's what the party had a problem with. They didn't want a party of Mimi characters that you had absolutely no control over, of just completely wonky stats. So
I know, but
just to make it cohesive, everybody did point by.
it's one of those things that adds in a little piece of a challenge, so you have to overcome it. That's why I've always loved it. That's why every game I played, I've loved doing the roll. What is the best edition of D&D? 3.5.
I've only ever played 5th edition, so I can't speak to the other editions.
3.5 is best.
I tend to hear that from the veteran D&D players. Yes. As long as we aren't I'm videoing because we're using Roll20 for character sheets and NPC sheets and stuff like that. Just basically it's the sheet organizer. But for the maps and stuff, I'm just gonna set my webcam over my table that's behind me, and the plan is I'm gonna I have a bunch of miniatures all over the place here in the room, so I might print it off and stuff. So I'll just use those as fill-ins for the players, and I will manually draw with a Sharpie the combat maps. Most of the places I'm not gonna draw though, because I'm just gonna verbally describe them.
Yeah.
If for combat, it's necessary so you know where everything is, but if I'm just explaining like a location, if you're just there socially, like a tavern, I don't think it's necessary to draw that out.
Actually, I'm going to retract my statement for 3.5. AD&D was best, but 3.5 is a close second.
Have a good day, Beavis. Thank you for joining.
Corn said that's how I got a mute tech. First off, and by the way, the only reason I say AD&D is best is because I'm old enough to fucking remember playing AD&D. I wasn't around when it came out, but it was one of the first ones I played. I played first edition AD&D 3.5 and 4. I haven't played 5 yet. .5 is not that complex. 3.5 is a hell of a lot simpler than 4. Libra will say, well, if you really need an extra, I can make Saturdays work and we'll gladly pay if you like.
Need? We don't need an extra. I got 4 players, even with the one we lost, but if you want to join, that'll be fine. I'll need to get your character sheet, and I gotta get all that set in order. Keep in mind, though, don't get mad at me because how I run my games as the DM. This is my second time DMing ever, so... I am a little loosey-goosey, though. I do encourage role play.
I missed the bootleg copy I got of Dark Heresy. Old editions are fine, can't warm up to 5th. I've seen people play 5th, and it looks a lot simpler.
I like 5th, but again, I have no context for how the other editions played. 5th works just fine for me. Hey, Gladv. I'm sick currently. I'm running off of 2 shots of whiskey and a Dayquil shot, so I'm doing great. I'm just doing fucking fantastic.
Dark Heresy would make such a great PC game. I don't know on it. Well, yeah, because you had games like Baldur's Gate. Yeah, I guess that could work.
Not console though, fuck him. Yeah. That was actually nice for the liquor part at least. Yeah.
As Esmagon just sneaks over. I mean, I can agree with that, Lee. 3.5 is complicated. They made feats too important opposed to simpler stats. So if you don't have the right feats for your build, you're trash. I can get that. I enjoyed it. That's why I guess I didn't see it as complicated because, like I said, I enjoyed 3.5 a lot. So it, but I do get what you're saying. But I do kind of like where you needed the stats and the feats.
Multi-platform games seem to get worse and worse. Don't know if I agree or disagree. Alright. Puzzle adventure type of games. Like point and click adventure? Yeah, sure. Puzzle games? Yeah, it depends on what you mean by puzzle. There's still plenty of puzzle games, but still plenty of games with puzzles in them, there's still plenty of those. When in doubt, check the indie market.
Granted, 3.5 has a lot of books and combos. Yeah, 3.5 had a lot of books.
Every edition seems to have a lot of books.
I think 3.5 actually, I don't know if it actually had the most, but I think it had more than 4.
Oh yeah, the Legacy of Kain games, story-wise, are my favorite games of all time. The problem is if only their gameplay was as good as the story and voice acting and dialogue. That's why Warcraft 3 still wins for me in my top game, but Legacy of Kain's up there, man. Problem is, it would in my opinion, be better off as a movie, because the gameplay, even with the Soul Calibur, I almost said Soul Calibur, Soul Reaver games in the Legacy of Kain franchise, the gameplay has still got so many issues. I'd say fundamentally, I love the games and the story really carries those games. But if you would take away the story and just look at the gameplay, it's kind of rough.
It really is the best edition. It came from Advanced like you, but 5th is so streamlined and simple. There's so many sources and everything can simply be converted to that system, even if old. Okay. Maybe something I have to check out. Carneth Corn was talking about the Glaive because they are adventure games with puzzles. I actually don't mind the gameplay of any Legacy of Kain game.
I do. Gameplay is rough. I'd say the one that had the best gameplay for me for the Legacy of Kain franchise is probably the original Legacy of Kain, the OG game, which was the proper title was Legacy of Kain Bloodlines. Am I not wrong? I might be wrong about that. I don't know. Hold on, let me double check the names. Fuck. Legacy of... No, Blood Omen, I think, actually, is the OG. Not Bloodlines. Bloodlines is something else. Yeah, Blood Omen. Okay, yeah. It's vampire naming schemes are very similar. Yeah, but Blood Omen is the OG game. And that one had the best... I believe the term for its style was an isolinear RPG, but I don't know. But yeah, OG Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen was great. The Soul Reaver games is, in my opinion, it could just be the era, but the gameplay was pretty rough for the Soul Reaver games. Again, though, you pretty much don't notice at all. Like, that's the power of the voice acting and the writing and the story that's being told is so good. The gameplay literally is barely a factor half the time for me.
Billy Mount wants to know, what are your thoughts on the new Mortal Kombat movie?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I haven't. All I've seen is trailers. From trailers looks okay, but can't wait to see how they ruin it.
Isometric, burlesque, gothic, horror, Blood Omen. Well, at least I had the isometric part, right?
Anyone play Warhammer Fantasy? I actually really like the percentile system.
I do not
I agree
know.
with percentile system, but I've only played 40k. Question for Asmongon. About your reaction to My Hero Academia, are you uploading the last 3 episodes of season 1 all at once? I only ask because they play out like 3-parters.
No. And I'm not gonna be able to upload any of them today. Probably upload both of the ones for YouTube tomorrow, if I can. How would Judge Dredd work in, How would Judge Dredd work in 40k? I'd say he would be maybe like an HQ for the Astra Militarum, maybe.
I'd say he'd be either an Arbites or maybe even, to an extent, maybe a Guardsman. That's about it.
Yeah. He definitely wouldn't be Space Marine level.
No.
He'd be one of the upper echelons of the Astra Militarum.
Yeah, Judge Dredd, Gareth Corn agrees. Judge Dredd would just be an Arbites.
Yep. Still feel a little high. Less high. I'm coming down from the high, but I'm feeling as groggy as I did earlier today. Yay, being sick. The Arbites are already inspired by Judge Dredd. Oh, there you go.
I played Inquisitor tabletop RPG. That's my first introduction to Warhammer. It was based on the percentile system. I'm pretty sure that would be Dark Heresy. Asmagon, did you get my request? That's related to Kid Nation. I don't know what that is. I'm not entirely sure you should answer that.
Yeah, no, he's talking about the reaction request. Yeah, I saw it.
That just sounds really wrong when worded that way.
Have you seen that show? Probably not. This one. Have you seen John Tron's videos on it?
No.
It's a good laugh if you want to watch something while doing something else. Like I'd recommend them.
Okay. I might try to check it out then.
Don't say that on Twitter, Garth Gorn. You'll get in deep trouble.
Yeah. Have we ever done any science experiments? Yes, when I was much younger.
I was in high school and I had to. I've pulled some pranks and called them experiments to try and get away with them.
Not entirely sure that's the same thing.
Hmm?
I think everyone who went to school did. And that's fair.
Probably. Yeah. We gotta wrap this up before Ace strings me up.
Okie dokie. So thank you everyone for watching. I know as much as we got derailed today and went way off the rails, we both really appreciate it. Especially with Asmagon not feeling well and me being half asleep through all of it and having to take care of something else. I apologize for that. But again, we really do appreciate all of you coming through, watching us all the way to the end. We hope you all enjoyed, and we will see y'all next week.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys.